McDonald. I wanted to create a video for Algebra 2 so you have an understanding of what to do this week. So the week is for October 27th through the 31st. So when you load, for this week, there'll be a lot of events going on with homecoming and Halloween coming up, so I hope you have a great week. In class, you will be working on the Delta Math operations of polynomials. You started operations last week, a little bit at the end. It was with adding and subtracting. You may have noticed that those were not on the quiz, and that's because I went ahead and added those skills, so it was a little bit less this week. So when you click on operations of polynomials, you're mostly focusing on multiplication and division this week. Also, before I show that, other things to be aware of, you will receive an ACT Math number 5. It'll be on paper. You need to work on that in class, out of class. You just need to work on that and turn that in on Friday or by Friday, if not before, and turn that in to the black tray in the back of the room. Don't forget to do your Math Plaza time, 30 minutes each week. Again, log that with the QR code. If that's not working, then you can ask one of the Math Plaza tutors or whoever's in the Math Plaza at the time from UTC. And then at the end of the week, so if you click on this now, today on Monday, it will not open. But at the end of the week on Friday, you'll be taking a quiz over the operations of polynomials. So that is adding and subtracting, what you did last week, multiplication and division, what you'll be working on and practicing this week. Some quick reminders about the quiz. It does need to be taken in class. If you're absent on the 31st, you will just make it up with Miss Lee the next day, the next week, whatever time works for you. There is a 60-minute time limit. Sometimes that may change throughout, but right now I just have it as 60 minutes as kind of an overall time. If I end up updating that time, you'll see it when you open the quiz. For the quiz, you are not able to use notes. You could have scratch paper out to help you work the problems. I really encourage that, but you cannot have your notes out. So this is a closed notes quiz. You can use a calculator. You can use the Desmos calculator, which I have linked here. And then it will open, or you can use the TI Inspire, the yellow calculators that we have in class, whatever works for you. Also, just a heads up, I have the course calendar. Maybe I've updated a little bit, but you can open it up if this helps, and you can come to this week and see, okay, I'm receiving ACT number 5 on Monday. I need to start working on 4.2 operations of polynomials. I will need to do Math Plaza time this week. You might have a group activity. It may get pushed to later in the week, but there is a potential group activity of dividing polynomials, like a class activity. That may or may not happen. It just depends on time. So just be aware on Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Friday. I'm not really sure. It depends on when it might fit in best. But there'll be a dividing polynomials activity that you may end up doing. Okay, let's go into the Delta Math. I did not provide, let me leave student view. I did not provide a example notes for this time around, but that's okay because you need to watch the videos and let me go back. Like as we did last week, you need to watch the video, take notes in the video, maybe write down those example problems. The lecture videos are kind of like the lecture. And then the check your understanding are those practice problems after each video. So I did not provide an example notes because hopefully you got through that last week. So just be aware of that. Okay, let's look at the Delta Math. Okay, so I was able to load the Delta Math and then the sample student view here. So just like the previous week, we have a video, that's the lecture, and then there'll be some practice problems here. Again, you can watch the video. Just a note on the practice problems, sometimes you'll be asked to drag these terms to make the box method or the area model that we've done before. And then remember when we multiply rows and columns. So this was negative 2x squared. This would be negative 8x, right? We're multiplying like x times 4. That's a 4x. You can put a plus if you want. 4 times 4 is 16. I'm going to get this one wrong. Let's say I didn't multiply that correctly. And I hit try. It says that there's an error, at least one error. So it'll kind of prompt you through without it taking any points off. And it even shows like all of these are fine. You need to update this one box. So it's kind of prompting you through it. So I'm going to hit try. So once you have all these terms correctly put in, then you can type in the answer. So the answer is this combined. So the negative 2x squared, notice the negative 8x and the 4x are like terms. So that gives us a negative 4x, negative 8 plus 4, and then plus 16. So you don't want to type in all of these terms that are in black. You want to type it in with them being combined. So again, we'd hit submit and then go from there. For the next part, level 2, same thing, except you need to create the box. So count the number of terms. So remember, terms are separated by plus and minus signs. So there are 4 terms here in green. There are 2 terms in blue. And then once you have that set up, then you can drag and then fill in like the last one. So that's what's the multiplication. There is also multiplying in this next one without the box. You can do the box method, or if you want to do distributing another method, that is totally fine. The box method is not required here, but you'll probably do it because that's the method we've been doing in the previous ones. So again, you'll see some other methods maybe, and you're just multiplying. Then kind of I think sometimes the hardest part for students is dividing. There are multiple ways to divide. I'm going to pull this up here. This is a little document showing all the different division methods. You're probably maybe used to long division, not with polynomials, obviously, long division with numbers. Synthetic division, it only works in special cases. We are going to look at long and synthetic a little bit next week. What I really want you to focus on, just the box method, the area model method that we've been doing. And it's basically undoing the multiplication that you did before. So again, there's videos on this. Again, you'll watch the video, take notes, write examples, that kind of thing. And then here in the guided part, it's guiding you through. So think of it this way. 4x times what will give me 12x to the third? Well, 4 times 3 gives you 12. X times x squared. And this one that's guided, makes you do every little step. When you get to just where it says level 1, it's not going to check you after every little step. You have to type everything in. So again, I hit try, and then I can do the next thing. 5 times 3x squared, that's 15x squared. And again, you're going to go through and fill in this box. So here, this diagonal, this x squared, well, look at your original problem. You are taking this 12x to the third minus 9x squared minus 22x plus 10, and you're dividing 4x plus 5. You're dividing it into this. So here, this polynomial is the one that you are trying to match. You're trying to fill in this box. So we have the 12x to the third. That's good. We need negative 9x squared. So whatever we type in here needs to combine to negative 9x squared. So we know there's going to be an x squared. So we need to figure out 15 plus or minus, in this case minus, 15 minus what would give you negative 9. Okay, so it should be 15 minus 24. Okay, I'm going to get it wrong. Let's say I type in something wrong just to show you what happens. So it should be a 24. If I hit try, it's going to say, give you a prompt, 15x squared plus what would give you this. So again, it's going to prompt you through in the guided one. So again, 24. If it's correct, it pops up with the next box, and you keep filling in. So it's kind of like a little puzzle box. And as you'll see in the video, what you get up here, what you get here at the top, when we get all the terms, that is the result from dividing 4x plus 5 into this polynomial. So try to approach it like a puzzle. Again, we are only focusing on this method, and the area or box method works in every single problem. Again, you might want to write these down in your notes a little bit later. But at the beginning of next week, we will quickly show long and synthetic. If you know how to do the box method, you don't have to really learn long and synthetic division. Long division also works. It's just a lot of keeping track of terms. Synthetic division only works in special cases. So I like synthetic division, but it's only special cases. So you just have to kind of be aware of that. Okay, I think that's everything for this week. So the Delta Math, ACT number 5, quiz at the end of the week. Don't forget your Math Plaza time. I hope you have a great week. It'll be fun with homecoming and Halloween and everything. And I'll see you when I return. Thanks.